Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and of course this is the Baseball Hut, and please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Now they played a tribute video for former Met NOAH SYNDERGAARD. Did we really need to see that, folks? Did we really need to see that? I know he pitched well for the Mets for a couple of years. He pitched great in the playoffs in 2015. He was able to get the Mets to postseason, to the World Series. He only met in the last 22 years to win a World Series game for the Mets as a starter. And actually going back further than that, probably the last starter that's won a World Series game for the Mets is probably Ron Darling in 1986. But be that as it may, he also pitched well in the playoff game, the wild card game against the Giants in 2016. But since then, he's sort of gone downhill. 2017, he pulled a lat, which he missed basically the entire season, and basically killed the whole entire Mets season because he was already sore going into that game, and he didn't tell the Mets about it. They wanted him to take an X-ray, he wouldn't do it, and he basically ruined his season. Also, Noah's also the guy, if I should remind you, went to a kids camp. Wasn't it 2018? Went to a kids camp in 2018 and got hoof and mouth disease. Who gets hoof and mouth disease and you're a grown man? So 2019, it was his last regular time that he pitched for the Mets, for the whole season. But it didn't seem like there was something wrong with Noah. I don't know if he was already nursing that elbow, but he didn't look like he was throwing so hard. And he had an okay season. He had a winning season for a team that was 10 games over 500, but something didn't seem right, and it didn't look right, with at least from my observation. Looks like he was nursing an injury. Be that as it may, we had we had regular spring training in 2020, but everything, as you know, everything went crazy after that. And then right after that, the Mets announced he was getting Tommy John surgery. That's how I knew the baseball was coming back for all of us, is that Noah was not going to be able to contribute for 2020. Now, he had that surgery in early 2020. Tommy John surgery usually takes about a year. So he missed a year, plus things kept getting pushed back with Noah. He had a setback, in his rehab. He got sick. And the Mets basically got it to where he pitched 2 innings for the Mets, 3 innings for the Mets at the very end of September. Just so we could all see him, so they could see him where he was, so they can sort of decide if they were going to give him a qualifying offer. After the season, Noah said he would be honored if the Mets gave him a qualifying offer to sign him for 1 year. And lo and behold, what happened when well, first of all, he didn't take the money. And in fact, he signed a contract with the Angels. Now, I did a video on it, pissed off that he went and left, because I didn't think he was going to leave. Well, now, talking to them, and then he goes to the Angels. So the Mets this year, as you know, played the Angels this year, because they played the West Coast teams in the American League. Noah dunked the Mets twice. Had a chance to go up against them, and he dunked them twice. They said, I get be pushing back for a game. Obviously, it was a game that he was going to pitch, against the Mets, so he didn't want to deal with the media. He really has not talked to the media up until Friday at Citi Field. He said that the reason he didn't sign with the Mets and that he signed with Los Angeles is because he couldn't deal with the New York energy. That he was so concerned about the fact that his velocity was down, he didn't want to have to answer questions and this and that. It doesn't surprise me. Noah has been sort of he was a great pitcher for 2 years for the Mets, but he's been sort of a guy that likes to make excuses. He does stupid things. It's a bit of a, everything about Noah, everything that's going on with his team in particular is about Noah. I would give you this example. Early in the season, as you know, the Mets pitched a no-hitter at the very end of April against the Phillies of all teams. And Noah said a couple days later, when one of the Angels pitchers pitched a no-hitter, he said, well, it was a real no-hitter. The starter went 9 innings. So it was like a crack at the Mets. This is a moment that his teammate is probably wishing to have his whole life. And Noah throws shade at it. Typical Noah. Everything with Noah is about Noah, actually with the Mets, to be honest with you. Now, he got traded to the Phillies because the Angels suck. The Angels are terrible. So they traded Noah to the Phillies. And now from what I can tell, he's not pitching against the Mets this weekend. And obviously this New York energy, basically criticism. He wasn't going to be able to handle the criticism of the velocity being down and him not throwing that crazy slider. I guess he didn't want to have to deal with it. Well, whatever. Just let me just sort of give you an idea of where Noah is as a pitcher. Because I've been watching a lot of stuff on MLB Network, and they dug into a lot of stuff with Noah. First of all, Noah is not the strikeout pitcher that he once was. In 91 innings, he has 70 strikeouts. This is through both teams. With an overall ERA of 3.96, in 91 innings, he's given up 92 hits, 42 runs, 40 earned runs. His record is 6-8. His strikeout total is obviously down, 6.9 per 9 innings, which is not great for a guy that's career is 9.4. So back in the day, before this year, he was striking out over one batter per 9 innings, which means he's striking out one batter per inning on average. Now he's below that. He's basically striking out 2 batters per 3 innings. So he's way down. Now his walk total has dropped. His walk total has dropped. His career total was 2.1 over his career. It's 1.6 this year with both the Angels and the Giants. So he's not giving up any walks. So he was always good with that. If you go through the Mets numbers, you'll see that he has the lowest walks per 9 innings per game by a Mets pitcher. I think the number one guy is Brett Saberhagen with the Mets. And primarily now, he's a ground ball pitcher, Noah. But here's the problem with Noah being a ground ball pitcher. Let's see if anyone in the audience can figure that one out. What's the problem with being a Phillies pitcher and being a contact guy? Well, it's funny you should ask. What's Keith Hernandez says? He hates watching the Phillies games. He hates the Phillies because they don't have good fundies. They're terrible defensively. Terrible defensively. They made fools of themselves on Thursday, Wednesday, making errors all over the place, losing 3-0 to whoever they were playing. But the Phillies are not a team for Noah to be on. That's the last team Noah should be on. A team that has to catch the ball and catches it well is a team Noah should be on. The Phillies are the worst team for Noah to be on. And his ERA is almost 5 in the 2 starts. I think he had 1 good start and 1 bad. So I think he may have pitched a complete game, but I think that complete game probably 7 innings. I don't even know. I got to go through those numbers, but Noah's not in a good spot now. He will have interesting. I'll keep an eye on him. It'll be interesting to see the Mets go up against him next week or the next time around when they play the Phillies again. I don't think he's going to be pitching against the Mets, so he's kind of avoided the Mets 4 times in this year, which is interesting. But I guess he doesn't like to deal with the sort of the New York energy. I guess sort of the pressure of having been able to throw 98 miles an hour to now 93 and 94. It's a lot of contact. But let me know what you think about this video. What do you think of Noah now? A bit of a worm, you know. Anyone that likes Game of Thrones, there's something wrong with him. Game of Thrones is one of the worst TV shows, one of the most overrated TV shows of all time, quite frankly. And if he's gonna love that show, something wrong with that guy. Just based off of that. That's all I have to say about that. But again, we're gonna do some different things on the channel. Always keep an eye on the community. I did it short on Friday. Got a check and ad. Nothing special. Just trying to do some different things to expand the reach of the channel. So there's gonna be shorts probably every day. So of Mets relevance, baseball relevance of some kind. I'll have to figure that out as I go along. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the Baseball HUD. Thank you, and I'll see you later.